Hey y'all, it's your girl KV, and I'm back with not quite a review, but an update because Real Housewives of Potomac has had so much going on. The news has been newsing y'all, so I just figured I'd come to y'all with a quick video for that for right now because I still ain't even watched the part three of the reunion yet. It just I'm like halfway on this boycott RHOP wave. I feel like I really might boycott for next year, but I do want to finish out this reunion, especially since our girl Kiana is on part three. I do want to see what she has to say. From the tweets, it looks like she ate Ashley right on up. So I'm gonna watch it eventually. I think I'm gonna do my summer house and my Potomac review on Thursday because that's when I have a little time. I'm off on Thursday, got some appointments and running around to do, so I'll do it in between those things. So, as for our updates, y'all, it's true. It wasn't a lie. Robin is out of here. She is really gone. Robin is fired. And I am so glad to hear it. Robin has given us absolutely nothing for seasons at this point. I feel like Robin gave us her true real life maybe the first 2 or 3 seasons, I feel like, because we got a lot from Robin. The show opened with her letting us know the situation with Juan, how they are divorced, but they were living together because they, separated, but then they had money issues, so they came back together. The boys didn't really understand that they were divorced because they were living as a family. We saw them talk about how Juan had recently found out who his real father was. We saw them have the medium over to kind of put them in contact with Juan's mom. And I feel like that was the turning point for Juan. Because at first he absolutely did not want to be with Robin. Everybody remembers that closet scene where, baby, you wouldn't have been able to come back from me. Juan crying in the closet, talking to production like, if it wasn't for the boys, I wouldn't even be here. I just want to be in love, and I just want real love, and this ain't it. I don't like her. I just want free. Somebody get me free. We all remember that moment. They was giving us real life in those first few seasons. She told us about the money issues, how she gave all the money to the friend, and the friend stole their money and then committed suicide. And so it's just to go from there, to go from giving us everything to where she is now, it's outrageous. Like, I'm trying to think what was her turning point in not telling us, giving us the authenticity of her life, because she started off doing that for the first few seasons. I'd say the first 3 seasons Robin gave it to us, and then it just started to slowly just decline. We weren't seeing Robin's authentic life. One's cheating. She don't want to address it. Oh, I was waiting on Karen to talk about it. I feel like, was it Monique? It may have been when Monique came around and they literally were having, I don't know if they were prior to this, but by the time Monique came around, they were literally having secret meetings to see who they were going to plot on for the season. I feel like once that started happening, Robin stopped giving it to us. And even in that time, that's when Ashley was pressing Robin about, girl, what is your life? Fix this mess. This is not conducive to a happy life. I feel like that was around the time where Robin was just like, you know what? I'm going to give y'all nothing because y'all want everything and I'm not giving it to you. But it's like, it's giving she was ashamed of giving us everything, as if she didn't have stuff to be ashamed for from the jump. But I digress. She ended up um, confirming that she was fired on her podcast. I do not listen to that podcast. I have no interest in listening to that podcast. If y'all want to hear the clip, y'all probably following these people already, and that's how y'all found me anyway. But Jamie, that's me, plays a clip, and who else played the clip? I think Jessie Woo. She kind of cut it up and played the pieces of Robin's message on her podcast. Now, she got on my nerve with this message because she was trying to take shots at Candace in the midst of it. She was like, yeah, I was fired and I'm not going to try to, deflect or sugarcoat and say I'm taking a break or say I'll be back. Like, girl, that was so unnecessary. And Candace didn't get fired. Candace told y'all right there on the stage during the reunion she was leaving. It's just y'all didn't catch it. Because when Giselle said, get out of here, Candace said, I'm out. I'm out. And you could hear it in the way she said it. She meant literally. Baby girl meant literally. I am out of here. Y'all got it. I'll leave it to you lonely, bitter heifers who ain't got no man to come support y'all on this stage year after year after year. Y'all got it. I'm out. So I did not like that she was taking shots at Candace because it was just so unnecessary. Like, she was trying to be subtle about it, but we caught that. We caught it, and it was unnecessary. She kind of starts tearing up, and I'm in my head like, are those tears? Yeah, tears. Bring on the tears. Oh, the tears. In my Giselle voice. Giselle, oh, don't cry. You're gonna make me cry. You're gonna make me cry. Don't cry. And I'm just like, oh, I cannot stand these at all. And they start to reflect on their friendship, y'all. And this part made me cackle because somebody had mentioned it in their review, and I had caught it as well. How they were talking about they first met, years prior to the show coming out, and they met because Sharice invited them to. I locked the door so she ain't coming in, but I can hear her. They met because Sharice invited them both to an event, and they ended up sitting next to each other, and they said, they first met and they laughed and they were chopping it up like they had already known each other, even though it was their first time meeting. And also, y'all, how they sat there and trashed everybody in the room, talking about how this person's drunk, probably talked about how people were dressed. And I got an eye roll and cackle out of that because y'all literally linked up on some Mean Girls. Y'all linked up from day one being some bitter Mean Girls. And it is no surprise. It is no surprise, y'all. It is no surprise. But I'm just sitting here like, I hope Robin was saving some of this little check that she was getting from Potomac. I hope them hats is bringing in money and she got, a good little nest egg because they do have a nice, beautiful new home over there. And, I just hope they can afford it because as she's mentioned on the reunion, Juan still has not found another job. He fills his time volunteering at the boys' school, coaching their teams or whatever. So it's like, dang, not y'all both jobless now. But she is opening her little facial spa. I ain't really heard much else about it. I don't think it's open just yet, but I guess I was gonna say I guess we'll see, but we won't see because she's gone. Thank the goodness. So Ain't nobody in the house got a job. She trying to take shots at everybody else. And it was just so annoying because we later see that same day that Candace is pregnant, y'all. And I said this, which a lot of people said this. Candace, I feel like she had to be pregnant for her to have left the show. Hold on. For her to have left the show, which she should have anyway, because they treat her so disgusting. I hate it. Just a sidebar. Candace, from the moment she came on the scene, she was a little bit annoying. I'm not going to say that I've been Team Candace since day one, because I wasn't. But she has grown on this show, and she has done things while she's been on this show. And that, it's just, she's done so much more than the other ladies. And for them to try to treat her the way that they do, it's just really disgusting. Because Candace can do the most sometimes. I mean, it's pretty evident. But as she stated, she never starts with anybody. She responds. And just because her response might be wittier or quicker or, a little more accurate slash meaner than what you gave her, baby, you can't hit me and dictate how I respond. You can't do me wrong and then say I went below the belt. Baby, I'm responding. And that has been my stance for forever. And I can recall her first season, how Sharice kept on calling her little girl, little girl, little girl. And she was like, all right, geriatric grandma. So yeah, it's just everybody will do something to Candace and then be so appalled that she had the nerve to retaliate. And so, after her fifth or sixth season is when I was just kind of like, okay, I can appreciate Candace. She's pregnant now. We saw her IVF journey where I can't recall if she said they were trying the natural way. I think she said they were trying the natural way for a little bit, if I can remember correctly. But she ended up doing 2 cycles of IVF. She ended up, I think she said, out of that, they have 2 viable embryos. One was a boy, one was a girl. They just told the doctor implant which one has the best chances. They don't know if it's a boy or a girl yet. And she was asking on ET if she was planning on using the other one as well. She said, we're still talking about that. We're in talks about having a surrogate have the second child, but we're not there yet. Let's get this first one out the way. And I can even remember her first season where she openly admitted, she was like, I am a bit envious of Ashley that she knows that she wants to be a mother, because I don't know if I want kids. And she was open and she was vulnerable, and now she knows that she wants kids, and now she's having one. So can't help but to be happy for Candace. Like I said, she has had the most growth and success from anybody on Real Housewives of Potomac, I feel like. Yeah, I feel like so. She got her master's while she was on the show. She had a lavish wedding that didn't put her in debt. She bought a home. We saw her become a bonus mom. She started a music career. She started an acting career. So she's truly used her platform for the better. And happy to see her do her thing. Yeah, I think it'll be so cute to see them be parents. So cute. But I just hate the way that they were treated on this show for the past few years, because they've definitely used Candace as the punching bag of the show. Now, I can admit from how she acted during earlier seasons, she did make herself an easy target. I can admit that. But it's turned into something truly nasty. and disgusting because we see the colorism in the way that they treat her. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, so glad that she is taking a break to have a healthy pregnancy. I kind of figured with the way that she wasn't like coming at people on reunion, I said, she's pregnant. And even the way she answered the question when Andy was like, so is your music, since you're doing new music, is your music keeping you from, is it making you hold off on a baby? And she was like, well, let's just say yes. I said, she's pregnant now. Because she stuttered that question so terribly crazy. I said, oh, she's pregnant because she didn't know how to answer that question. And rarely do we see Candace flustered. Rarely do we see Candace not have a quick reply for something. So the way she flustered and stuttered that question, I said, our girl is with child in that very moment. And the way Chris stood 10 toes down and protecting his wife and standing up for his wife, I know that protection. Okay, I know where that is coming from. So congratulations to them. And then just a little sidebar, y'all. Like I said, I haven't watched the third part yet, so this opinion could change in a couple days. But remember when Ashley was doing all this crying, basically? Not, she wasn't crying, but dang, they're crying, talking about how she had it so hard at the reunion, and this was just a really hard year for her. Where is that beautiful bang footage? We see Ashley get away with absolutely everything this season and this reunion. So I'm wondering if we're gonna get some of that on episode or on part 3, but from the tweets it don't seem like we got it there either. So yeah, that was cracking me up. And then the fact that Ashley is giving, no, I'm not racist, I have black friends, I have dark-skinned homegirls. What do you mean? I love Quad. Miss Quad is just so beautiful. Miss Quad is ethereal. Miss Quad is just everything. I was like, where is this video coming from? Mind you, Married to Medicine that already went off. So for you to be doing all this Miss Quad, Miss Quad, Miss Quad stuff, it's truly given, look, I don't dislike all dark-skinned girls. Here's Miss Quad, and I love her. Everybody see? So yeah, that video had me thrown off, y'all. I was just okay, girl. But yeah, that's it really. Oh, one last thing that had me cracking up and made the most perfect sense. I was watching somebody's review and they mentioned that Real Housewives of Potomac was not supposed to start off as a Real Housewives show. It was supposed to be Potomac Ensemble, something about Jack and Jill, this, that, and the third. They were supposed to be a group of ladies that were in or connected to Jack and Jill. And if you don't know what Jack and Jill is, it is this social club for elite black people. And if I'm not mistaken, for your kids to be in Jack and Jill, I think the parents have to make a certain amount of money, have to be married. It's very pretentious in that way. I can't remember these qualifications for sure, but it's something along those lines. Because I went to Spelman undergrad, and the Jack and Jill kids that I knew were very much pretentious, very much elitist, very much all of those things. And this made me laugh because I was like, where did Ashley fit in that picture? Where did Ashley fit in that picture? How did she make the cast if that's what the show was starting off? Just wondering. But it made sense because first season they were so like, well, etiquette is this, and you shouldn't do that because that's not proper etiquette. And if you have etiquette, you do these things. And Giselle, I'm gonna get you this book and this plaque about etiquette because the way you behaved at my birthday was unacceptable. You showed no etiquette and you need good etiquette. I was like, if I hear the word etiquette one more time, I'm going to scream. But it makes sense though, if that's what the show was starting off as. But Jack and Jill said, who? Who? No, ma'am. Take our name out of this. We don't want nothing to do with this. This what we not finna do. This is what we not finna do. So it makes sense in Giselle and Karen, because they've already said that they knew each other through Jack and Jill. Their girls were in Jack and Jill. Robin seems like her boys would have been in Jack and Jill as well. Sharice for sure. Candace, well, she wasn't on first season, but she seems like a Jack and Jill girl as well. Who else? Ashley's the one where it's like, Katie seemed like she would have been a Jack and Jill kid herself. I don't think her kids were old enough to be. But again, where did Ashley fit? And I guess that's why they ostracized her so, because it's like, who is this girl with no etiquette? And this wild hair all over her head. But that's all I want to talk about right now, y'all. Like I said, I still have not watched Real Housewives of Potomac Part 3 reunion. So I'm going to watch that tomorrow. Maybe tonight. Take some notes on that. I've watched Summer House, but I like to watch stuff twice in case I miss something as far as my notes go, because I just be doing a whole lot. I be trying to watch it, trying to take notes. Melina want to come talk about something. So yeah, I like to watch stuff twice just to make sure I got what I want to talk about. So that's it, y'all. I'll see y'all back in a couple days for the show reviews. Bye.